If you guys have watched a lot of my Plants vs. Zombies video, whatever, and what am I trying to say? If you guys saw that video and watched through a lot of it, you would know that, well, Plants vs. Zombies is a tower defense game, and I made reference to BTD6 for being one of my favorite games, and that's a tower defense game. So I thought of ranking all the BTD6 towers, since I really like the game, and I thought, why not? So let's go. Oh, come on. We're starting with the banana farm. Oh, dear Lord. So, basically, the banana farm, if you place them down, they will shoot out bananas that you can collect for money. And they're fine, I guess. I mean, like, they're not great. I would probably put them in, like, E tier if it weren't for, like, the upgrades. Because without upgrades, it would just barely make enough money for it to, like, counteract its cost in, like, a few rounds. So, yeah, it's pretty bad. Like, in BTD5, it was definitely the worst tower. I'd probably put an F if we were in BTD5, but we're in BTD6. So, I'm putting in E tier. What's next? The boomerang tower? Or the boomerang thrower, whatever. This guy is probably, like, one of the most underrated towers. I mean, it's not great, but I'd probably put him in B, honestly. Especially the, like, permacharge upgrade that makes him shoot incredibly fast. And, like, yeah, it's pretty good. Like I said, it's not amazing, but, like, it's kind of like with the banana farm. If it didn't have upgrades, it would be pretty bad. But with the upgrades, he's actually pretty good, so I'm putting him B. The glue gunner. This guy would have been in the same range of the banana farm if this was BTD5. Since the glue gunner couldn't hit Moabs and, like, the big blimp balloons, so they were pretty much completely useless, even in the early game, which, when the, like, big balloons didn't come. And, like, but in BTD6, certain upgrades can make him shoot the big balloons. So I think he's also a B. I would say he's pretty good. The helipilot, helipilot. This guy is really, really good. Especially, like, well, I don't think this is in the game now. I think it got patched. But there's an upgrade on him to make it so he gets, like, 3 other mini choppers to attack. And there's also, like, a tower. I don't want to spoil him here right now. There's also a tower that can boost all 4 of the helipilot chopper things. So they do tons and tons of damage, and that got patched. But before it did, it was so powerful. And, like, just with that would have probably put this guy in S tier, but for now, he's still honestly really good. Most of his upgrades are pretty decent to have. So I'll put him in A tier. And we have this handsome fellow. C tier, I guess? I actually forgot his name, and I'm too lazy to look it up. I'm too lazy to look up a character's name, but I'm doing an entire video. I am weird. So, this guy is kind of similar to the helipilot, in which he goes, like, in the air, but I don't think he's quite as good, mainly because you can only make him, like, go in a certain place, instead of being able to control this guy, the helipilot. A lot of his upgrades are still pretty good though. So he's not like D tier. So yeah, I'm gonna put him in C. The Wizard Monkey, honestly, I might be a bit biased, but I like the Wizard Monkey a lot. Like, I can't explain it, but like when I first got BTD6, this guy was the first guy I got to like all 3 paths or whatever to like, I got all the XP needed to like make this guy fully available, if you get what I mean. I don't know how to explain it, but this guy is like really, really good, and I have fond memories with this guy trying to get all his upgrades. And I also really like his design and his tier 5 versions. It's good. I love him. He's nice. And we get our first water plant. So we got our first ground plants, support plants, primary plants. Why did I say plants? I'm thinking Plants vs. Zombies. We got our first flying guys, magic guys, ground guys, water guys, support guys. Okay, anyway, the Monkey Buccaneer, I think he's also in C tier. I think he was a bit better in BTD5, since like his upgrades were just a bit better overall, aside from his tier 5 upgrades now. So yeah, I think he's in C. Now we got the regular Dart Monkey. Honestly, he's not the worst thing in the world. He's not like E tier, F tier. So yeah, I think he's in D tier. Cause like, sure, he's not the best, but he's really good early game, you know. And even his tier 5 upgrades are pretty good for the late game. So yeah, I'm gonna put him in D. If he was only good for the early game, he would be in E, but for now, he's in D. And now we get our second water tower, the Monkey Sub. This guy is really similar to the Monkey Buccaneer, but just a bit better. I don't know about why I'd really put him better than the Monkey Buccaneer, but honestly, I just like him more. Maybe it's that his upgrades are better, or I just like his design more, but like, yeah, I'm gonna put him in B. Yeah, B. And then we got the Monkey Village. This guy is one of the only towers that don't attack, aside from the banana farm. And I honestly think the Monkey Village is also a C. I think he's pretty good. He can help your guys out like a lot. And yeah, that's about it. I think he's a C tier. I think he's pretty good. Now we got the Ninja Monkey. Definitely an A tier. Like, especially in BTD5, aside from maybe the Super Monkey, he was probably the best monkey in that entire game. Like, his Bloom Jitsu move at his max, like, tier 4 place in BTD5 was one of the most powerful upgrades in the game. And it was good. He's good. And even in BTD6, he is really, really good for, like, early game. And just like the Dart Monkey, his upgrades can also be really useful late game. So, yeah, I think he's an A. Okay, this is taking a while. Sniper Monkey, probably B tier. Not that amazing, but when you get good upgrades, he's pretty good. Spike Factory, also A. I think he's pretty good. Like, him throwing attacks, lots of attacks on the ground, like, every second or so, is pretty powerful. And especially his upgrade perma spikes are really, really good. Super Monkey, obviously S tier. Not necessarily that I like him as much as the Wizard Monkey, but just by how powerful he is, definitely S tier. Tack shooter, dart shooter, I forgot his name specifically, but also D tier. He isn't awful, but also isn't amazing. Ice Monkey had the same problem as the Glue Gunner in Blue CD5. It couldn't attack big Moab balloons and such, but now he can. But I still think he's a bit worse than the Glue Gunner, since, well, I just like the Glue Gunner more. I think he's more cool. Okay, lightning round over. Druid Monkey, honestly, I'd probably put him in B tier. I know a lot of people don't absolutely love this guy, and neither do I. But honestly, I think he's pretty good. A lot of his upgrades can be pretty helpful, and his Avatar of Wrath upgrade, like, is one of the few upgrades in the game that sucks on its own. But with a lot of other druids, it is incredibly powerful. So, without Avatar of Wrath, which makes it so he does more damage, more balloons he pops, he would probably be in C, but with that, he's in B. Yeah. The Alchemist. This guy, barely anyone uses him for, like, his ability, his middle tier thing. Everyone either uses him for his Balloon Master Alchemist, which can turn any balloon, like, every 15 seconds or so into a red balloon, which is the weakest balloon in the entire game. Or you can go for the perma something, I forgot what it was exactly. But it's basically a potion that he throws on, like, a certain tower that grants them makes them way more powerful. But the perma version makes it so they have that potion forever. So yeah, he's an A tier. He's really good. Mortar Monkey. Again, in Bloons TD5, this guy sucked. But now, he's still not the best, but I think he's in C. Some of the tier 5 upgrades can be really helpful, like, some of his tier 5 upgrades, I forgot their name right now, but, he's not the best, but he's also not the worst, so I'll put him in C. And for our final tower is the Bomb Shooter. Also C, I guess. I love you guys. Goodbye. See you later. Wee.